Yo, what up, how's it going, and welcome back for another video. We have some breaking news. We have our big 7.5 leak. As always, we usually get a leak a day or two before the official announcement. Seems pretty legit. It's a big spreadsheet. It has every single trait and every single unit on it, so that's what we'll be looking at today. I've only briefly looked through the document, so a lot of the stuff, I'll be just reading all the new abilities and all the new traits. So a lot of stuff we'll be finding out together, and I actually have some new items, some item reworks and stuff too, so awesome stuff to get into. So let's just get into it. All right, so here we are on Reddit. So this is where this is. I will leave a link to this document in the pinned comment if you guys just want to look at it by yourself later. But yeah, it seems pretty legit. Has every single unit on here, has every single trait, bunch of new dragons. They reworked dragons, guys. They did some really cool stuff. I'm not going to speculate too much on stuff in this document about was this a good change? Was this a bad change? Because I haven't played a goddamn, I haven't played a single match. So I'm not going to try to speculate too much. Let's just read through it and just, get hyped. Let's be positive about this stuff, All right, cool. So in the one cost, we have Malphite. He's a Lagoon and a Bruiser, and we'll get through what these traits mean later, all the new ones. His skill is called Coral Shield. I don't know which one that is on his league abilities, but Malphite shields himself for scales with magic and AP. I mean, not magic, AP and maximum health, looks like. So he just gets a shield. So he's kind of like the new Thomas Kench. He's kind of like Tom Kench. Cool. Nasus, it'll be the Super Saiyan Doge skin because it's going to be Shimmer Scale. So he'll be golden. Very cool. Skill name Fury of the Dawn. This is not a league ability. I used to play a lot of Nasus. Nasus surrounds himself in light for 6 seconds, gains maximum health, and deals magic damage, kind of like a Sunfire, damage to adjacent enemies every second. I love those type of abilities. I think that's going to be really cool. I'm excited to play some reroll Nasus. I always love playing Super Saiyan Doge. Very fun. I love that unit. So, all right, cool. Talia is Lagoon and Mage. Stone Volley. Talia throws 3 sea stones at her target, dealing magic damage for the first enemy hit. So it just won't go through. It seems like it'll be single target, so single target mage, DPS. I wonder if she can miss. I wonder if she can probably miss. It'll probably be like Ezreal targeting. Okay, Wukong is going to be a Jade and Warrior. That makes a lot of sense to me thematically. Cool. So yeah, it's going to be a green skin. He has like a green chroma skin. Anyways, Crushing Blow. Wukong slams his target with his staff, dealing X damage. Oh, so it's just like Bonky Kong. So it's going to deal some attack damage, plus, has a little bit of AP scaling, stunning them. So they're bringing back Bonky Kong. I hope there's a Bonky Kong meta sometime. I love playing Bonky Kong, and I miss playing Bonky Kong in Super Saiyan Doge. What's up with that? 4.5? Yeah, probably. I love playing Bonky Kong. It was so fun. Okay, Aphelios. Yay, we get Aphelios back. He's a Cannoneer. That's pretty interesting. I love Aphelios. I think he's a cool unit. Dark Flight and Cannoneer. Binding Eclipse is his skill name. Aphelios uses his Infernum Cannon to blast bolts in a cone. So that's his flamethrower from League, if you guys know. Each doing X attack damage to the first enemy hit. Subsequent enemies hit by the same. Subsequent hits against the same enemy deal 80% less damage. Then he uses a Graviton Cannon to stun enemies. Whoa, that sounds really overloaded for a 2 cost. Very interesting. It has attack damage and some CC. So it's kind of like the replacement for it's a replacement for Jinx. So I guess it's not really overloaded. It's pretty much the same thing, but looks more fun. Cool. Jax is back. Jade Shimmer Scale. Oh, they brought Jax back, and he's gonna do the same stuff from set 4. So they brought back Bonky Kong and Jax and Nasus, but Nasus doesn't fit in their tree anymore. But wait, he's a Shimmer Scale. Holy shit, they brought back Divine. This is just the Divine tree. I loved playing Divine. Very cool. He's a Jade, Shimmer Scale, and a Bruiser. So they essentially just brought back kind of like the Divine trio, which is Bonky Kong, Jax, and Nasus, Super Saiyan Doge. Very cool. Okay, Jax enters a defensive stance for 2 seconds, dodging all incoming attacks. When the stance ends, he strikes enemies, dealing magic damage. He spins around and stunning them. So this is just a complete reprint from set 4. Very cool. One of my favorite 2 cost units ever is Jax from set 4. I love that unit. So this is just your replacement for Shin, it looks like, because they do essentially the same thing. But Jax only blocks for himself. He doesn't block for everyone else. So it's actually a little bit more, it's actually a little less OP and more positional based. Cool. Kaisa is back. She's a Lagoon and a Demancer. Tidal Burst. Interesting. Oh, she's gonna be like water. Oh, Lagoon, water. I get it. Okay. Kaisa fires 4 missiles split between her targets and nearby. Oh, yes, it's going to be her Q. Very cool. So it's like the legendary Kaisa, but it's going to be a lot weaker. And it's only going to go on the enemies in front of her. Deals magic damage. This increases by 2 missiles each cast. So very similar to the legendary version, just like kind of like small, you know, just kind of dumbed down a little bit more, you know, a lot weaker, obviously. Up to 12. When at maximum missiles, each missile deals 10% more damage. I can already tell this is going to be fun doing some reroll builds. It looks like they're already introducing a lot of stuff that you can, like a lot of new like reroll techs, even if like, you know, that'll depend on balance, but it seems like they're introducing a lot of early game carries, which is really cool. I love early game carries. So, cool. All right, Lux, she's an Astral and a Mage, guys. They kept Astrals. You know, I talked about it a lot in some of my other videos, and I'll just briefly talk about it here. I was kind of like, hey, maybe they should just keep Astral because surely they can like get the code right to where it's not buggy anymore. They have all this time. I'm sure they've been working on it. So I was of the opinion it's like better to have the devil you know than the devil you don't know, because like surely Astrals won't be broken in this set, right? Anyways, all right, Cosmic Spark. So this is just her ultimate, I think. Lux fires a star towards the furthest enemy, dealing magic damage to the first enemy struck and then less damage to subsequent enemies. So it's kind of like how, well, this is going to be kind of a deep cut. If you guys used to play League, like in like season 4, Ezreal's ultimate in League used to do that. If it hit somebody, it would deal less damage as it travels through. So it'll still be her ultimate, but it's kind of an interesting idea because she deals more damage to like the tank line. So it should be kind of like a tank buster, not like a full one shot in the back line, which is interesting. And they did that because she's a 2 cost. So you'll actually have to build her as like a tank buster. And so that you can actually start hitting the back line. So that'll be really interesting to see how that works out. Okay, Rel, Dark Flight. Oh, I wonder what skin they're going to use. Cavalier, Iron Bond. Rel forms a tether between herself and her lowest percent ally, dealing magic damage to all enemies. So it actually is going to deal damage this time. And her bound ally. Wait, hold on. Rel forms a tether, dealing magic damage to all enemies between herself and her bound ally. I thought it was saying she hurts her ally. She also grants herself and her bound ally 40% of Rel's current armor and magic resist for 5 seconds. So it's kind of like it's similar to Tarek's ability, because it'll you know, it's like a binding thing. It'll buff you, but it's going to actually deal some damage. Interesting how that'll work out. That sounds like a cool ability. All right, cool. Zac, Lagoon, and Guardian. Interesting being a Guardian, not a Bruiser. Interesting. Unstable Current. Zac explodes. Okay, Zac explodes outward towards enemies within 2 hexes, dealing percent magic damage of their maximum health as magic damage. Healing himself for 200, 350, or 250, 300. So it's gonna be like a tank hybrid DPS. That sounds kind of cool. I can't really speculate too much on that. Okay, Zyra is a Whisper and Evoker. Evoker. She's a 2 cost Evoker. Nice. So Evokers will be a little bit easier to hit earlier. Interesting. Okay, Grasping Vines. Zyra summons vines in a row, dealing magic damage to enemies, stunning them for that. Oh, okay. So didn't we have this in the past? We've surely had this in the past, but yeah, it looks like she'll be able to miss. Interesting. Oh, this was like set 6 Zyra, right? So it's like set 6 Zyra. It's like a reprint. Okay, cool. Just brief things I want to look at real quick. They kept Lee Sin and Nunu and Olaf. I think those are really good units, so I'm glad they helped. I'm glad they kept them. Those are units I really like to play in this set, so that's cool. Rakan, my boy Rakan is back. I heckin' love Rakan, and they made him a Rage Wing so that he can combo with Xayah. Very cool. I wonder if Xayah gets changed at all, because I think Xayah is a little boring. And Mortdog also thinks Xayah is kind of boring, so maybe they changed her, but I don't know if there'd be any descriptors on her. Because she's a returning unit. I think they only put descriptors on new units. So I hope she gets changed a little bit, but maybe she doesn't. That'll be okay. All right, Rage Wing, Guardian, and Mystic. Disarming Diversion. Rakan dashes. Rakan's my favorite League of Legends character, by the way. Probably is my favorite. Cool. Rakan dashes to the furthest enemy within his attack range, disarming all units he passes through, taunting his target. We had this before, right? Then for 4 seconds, Rakan creates a shield, scales off of magic, it looks like, on himself, and his attacks grant him an additional magic shield, or it'll be health shield, scales off of AP. I'm going to have so much fun playing this dude. I can already tell. Wow, has a lot of utility built into his kit. He gains a shield and then grants him additional shield based off of AP. So you'll oh, okay. I'm excited to try. I'm excited to try some just like crazy CC Rakan. It looks like you can't really do any damage, but I'm excited to try some Rakan. That'll be fun. Okay, Rakan or Rengar, Dark Flight, and an Assassin. So we have a 3-cost Assassin. Did we have a 3-cost Assassin in this set? I feel like we didn't have any like Shakos or anything like that. Anything crazy. Assassins were really weird in set 7. Sorry guys, I just woke up, so my brain is not super great. But we're trying our best. Right, I'm not great at recalling things. Anyways, all right, passive. Whenever Rengar kills an enemy, he roars and permanently gains 1 stack of Bone Tooth Necklace. That's his passive in League. Up to 20. Each stack causes him to ignore 1 armor. Okay. So he can up to 20. So he'll ignore maximum of 20. I mean, this will obviously change with balance. Rengar leaps to the lowest armor enemy, dealing physical damage and then a little bit of magic damage because 80 units always have that. And then gaining attack speed. So it's kind of like his empowered Q. He'll have a jump. Passive. It's just a passive though. So Rengar leaps to the lowest. How does he leap though? Oh, this just part of it is a passive and then this is an active. Okay, it's just written weird in here. Interesting. So he'll always jump to the lowest armor target and then he'll shred them even more once he jumps there. Interesting idea. We'll see how it works out, but I hope there's like an actual assassin comp this set. There wasn't really an assassin comp ever in the set we just played. Okay, Seraphine is a Lagoon and Evoker and Mystic. Sounds about right. Serenade of the Seas. Seraphine sings a Serenade of the Seas, granting a shield and mana per attack to all allies within 2 hex. Wow, that is a unique ability. I'm excited to see that play out. Granting mana per attack. So it grants like a mini Sojourn. It kind of grants like Invoker. It grants Invoker. That's what it is. Not Evoker, Invoker. Wow, that is really, really, really interesting. I love support units, by the way, guys. Like support units are my favorite thing in TFT, pretty much. So I'm excited to see all these support units. Very cool. All right, Zyra is a Lagoon and Cannoneer. Interesting for Cannoneer. Water Shock Laser, because it's Lagoon. All right, Zyra fires a water pulse filled with electricity at the closest enemies within 2x. Otherwise, at the enemy that is closest to the center of the board. The pulse explodes on contact, doing attack damage and creating a laser behind the target, doing magic damage. So she's going to be a complete hybrid. Wow. Okay, I'm excited to try that. I'm not going to speculate too much, but she is hybrid. I love hybrid units. Hybrid units are cool. Cool. Graves. So Graves is a replacement for Corki. Yeah, I'm kind of glad Corki is going to be gone. Just Corki's been meta for so long. She's kind of boring now. So yeah. Graves is here. He's going to be a Tempest and Cannoneer. Tempest and Cannoneer. Interesting. Quick draw. Graves attack spread in a cone of 4 bullets. So like how his passive works in League. Each striking the enemy hit for 100% of his attack damage. Damage per bullet. So you can just stack these if you're close enough to them. Very cool. I wonder if he's going to be melee then. Or if his shotgun's just going to be huge and he's just going to shoot in a big array. I bet he won't be melee then. Okay, active. Oh, wait, hold on, maybe. Oh, wait, yeah. Active. Graves dashes towards his target, quickly firing 2 attacks. Okay, so he just fire his shotgun out and grants himself some armor and magic resist for 4 seconds. So I guess he won't have to reload, but they'll just make it like kind of like seem like he's reloading because he's like, boom, boom, and then boom, you know, like start attacking at normal speed. Okay, I'm excited to play some Graves. He seems like he's going to be melee. Or maybe like 2 hex range. I'm excited. Okay, Jayce is a guild and shapeshifter. A lot of people thought Jayce was going to be back because Mortdog had said like, hey, there's a lot of weapons in the next set. And they're just like, well, Jayce got a lot of weapons. But anyways, all right, he's a shapeshifter and a guild. Very cool. Mercurial Justice. Jayce transforms into his melee form, so start at range, replacing his ability with Mercury Judgment. He then slams the ground around his target, doing some attack damage and knocking up enemies for 1.5 seconds in the area. This reminds me a lot of what was it? Was it set 4.5 Jayce? Whatever the red Jayce was, where he would fly up in the air and dunk. That shit was so fun. I loved watching that shit. Okay, Mercury Judgment leaps into the air, smashes the ground, dealing some damage and attack damage in a small area, gaining in a small area and gaining this and an additional 100 health. Okay, so it's all health. Okay, a health shield per enemy strike. So this is just like a reprint of a previous Jayce. I feel like that Jayce was a 3 cost. When was that Jayce in the set? I don't remember. Was it set 4, set 4.5? Maybe it was set 3. I don't remember. But that Jayce was awesome, so that's why I was like, okay, I'm excited to play some Jayce, man. All right, Nilah. I don't know how to say her name. I think it's Nilah, actually, but I don't know. I don't play League. Okay, Lagoon and Assassin. This is the newest League champion. Apotheosis. Okay, whatever. All right. Nilah, this is not Nilah. Nilah cracks her whip blade at her target, dashing through them and dealing magic damage. So it's going to be AP. If this does damage to a shield, she steals 50, 75, and 100% of the damage she deals to it. She steals. I don't exactly know how to interpret that, but we'll see when we get it. Okay. If her target is shielded or killed, she instantly recasts. So she'll have a resetting mechanic. So it's going to be like full DPS. Excited to play this. All right, we'll see. An actual 4-cost aside. This sounds like actual 4-cost carry, not like Talon. Cool. Pantheon. I actually like Talon, honestly. But anyways, Pantheon. But this is going to be cool. Pantheon. All right, Whispers Warrior. Aegis Assault. So I was reading this earlier. It seems kind of like he's going to be somewhat of a utility, somewhat DPS infantry. Interesting. All right, passive. Pantheon takes 20 to 25, 40% less damage. So definitely going to be like a tanky style unit. Interesting that he's a warrior. So I like the idea. And he's a Whisperer, and he does this cool thing. So active, Pantheon braces his shield for 2 seconds, doubling the effectiveness of his passive, doubles the effectiveness of his passive, so that's important to know, dealing physical damage plus a little bit of magic damage. Or this is probably AD damage, but it scales with AP. In the area in front of him over the duration. Enemies hit have their incoming healing reduced by 50%. So built-in healing reduction, very cool. I always like when there's built-in healing reduction in the game, so you don't always have to build healing reduction. Very cool. Just something to tech in. It seems like he's going to be something that you play in like Warrior and Whisper comp, but also something that you can kind of like tech into your comp whenever you need healing reduction or just need like a random tank, because he doesn't have any tank traits. So that stands to reason that he can be tanky without his traits. You know what I mean? Very cool. I like this. I like this. Very good. Cool. So Ornn is gone, it looks like. Ornn's replaced with Graves. So we lost a little bit of CC because our only premier CC unit now is Hecarim, right? Just Hecarim? Interesting. Oh wait, Jayce has some CC. Okay. Wow. I'm excited about Jayce. I'm really excited about Jayce. Okay, cool. And then they kept all the legendaries, it looks like. Well, all these dudes. And then Zyra. But they added a bunch of dragons. They reworked dragons, and so they reworked the dragons a little bit. They like actually function just like Colossus. They do still give you the 3 traits, but we'll get down to the traits. I've read them a little bit. What I do want to say before we talk about the dragons, because it'll be confusing if you don't know this, you can now like always have Dragon Alliance. Basically, it's like you always have Dragon Alliance. So you can play as many dragons as you want, but they are still Colossus units, so they still take up two things on your board. But they also still give you the 3 traits, and it scales like Colossus does. The more you have of them, the more strong it is. And that's why they made them cheaper. So we'll go through this. All right, Nomsy is a dragon, guys. It's a Prodigy dragon, and it has a Mage Cannoneer Evoker. It's like a rotating trait, depending on each lobby. We'll get into that when we get down to the traits. So yeah, skill name Fireball. So Nomsy bellows, lobbing a massive fireball towards her current target that explodes on impact. So it's kind of like Corky, the exploding thing, but it'll be a fireball. Dealing magic damage to enemies within 1 hex, and then bouncing additional fireballs. This sounds awesome. Okay, all right, this sounds awesome. Okay, very cool. Oh man, I'm excited. All right, Zippy. I don't know what the fuck a Zippy is, but well, yeah. All right, cool. I'm excited. Guild Dragon. It's a Guild Dragon. Okay. Somersault Assault. Zippy shields himself for it scales off AP. It's probably just health shield for 2 seconds, and somersaults towards the highest percent health enemy, dealing X damage. It scales with attack damage and knocking them back. Okay, all right. I just need to see that one in action. I can't read into too much of that. I need to read that. But dude, this is Nomsy, man. So it's so awesome, and it's a mage. Oh my god. Okay, Soam is a Lagoon mage dragon alert, dragon, Tidal Blossom. Soam sends out a tide. I bet this is going to be Galio, like Galio's character model, but anyways. All right, Soam sends out a tide to an unmarked target, marking them with a tide blossom, dealing magic damage to the enemies along the way. So it'll be kind of like Nami's tidal wave, I guess. Tide blossoms transfer to nearby to a nearby target if the enemy dies, so it has a resetting mechanic. After 3 casts, the next cast instead summons a vortex under each Tidal Blossom. Oh, so it has like a stacking thing, kind of like Nami, or not Nami, stacking thing, kind of like Karma in set 5. Okay, that's going to be really fun to play around. I'm not going to speculate too much, just need to see it in action. Swain is a Dragon Tyrant. Very cool. Okay, Darkflight Dragon, Dragon Master's Decree. Swain releases his Dragonling Flock, launching 8 Dragonlings toward nearby enemies that deal some magic damage to their target, and then return to Swain, healing him for 12%. So he's going to actually like send them out. So when I was reading that, I was thinking it was just going to be big Swain. He gets big and he has things swarming around him, kind of like a storm. But it seems like he's actually like sending them out and they come back, kind of like his passive in League whenever you pull people back and the crows come to you. Okay, I'm excited. Okay, dude, this Nomsy Dragon got me real hyped though. All right, Terra, which is just the name for Earth, isn't it? Monolith and Dragon. Earthquake. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Terra stomps 3 times, causing an earthquake around them. This will be Shyvana's character model. Earthquake around them, dealing X physical damage. So it deals physical damage to the earthquake. It's percent of their combined armor and magic resist plus 2% of their attack damage. Is this Terra scaling or is this the enemy scaling? I'm not sure. Yeah, it seems like it's a tank buster unit. Okay, anyways, all right. At the end of the earthquake, Terra scales are hardened for 8 seconds, granting a bunch of armor and magic resist. So it seems like a tank buster, kind of like steal stats, but I could be wrong. Interesting. Okay, here we are. All right, here are the traits. Astrals. Let's see if Astrals have changed at all. After each player combat, gain an Astral Orb. The combined star level of your Astrals increases the quality of the orb. So every combat. So it's gonna function a lot more like Yordle. Okay, they fixed Astral, guys. It's gonna be a lot more like Yordle. God bless. All the units are still the same. They just added Lux and they took some out, but Varus is still gonna be like the big carry. They just took out Nami, so it's gonna be Lux and Varus are gonna be the main carries of this comp now. And Aurelion Soul's an 8 cost now. There's no 10 cost, I don't think. All right, cool. They fixed Astral. God bless. That seems fixed right there. All right, Darkflight. We have Aphelios, Rel, Rengar, and Swain. Does every trait have a dragon? Every like big trait? Oh, that's what they're doing. Oh my god, I love the devs. They're great. Anyways, all right. So, I love them. All right. Anyways, the unit in the Darkflight Hex is sacrificed at the start of combat, granting a copy of a random item. They have to each Darkflight champion. Gain bonus health to each. The unit in the Darkflight Hex. So it's going to be like a Coven type setup. Oh, okay. So it's similar to Coven. Granting a copy of a random item they have to each Darkflight champion. So you can manipulate this really well. You could like put like, you could put like a Warmogs on somebody, right? And just put them in the Hex, and then your whole team gets a Warmogs. That's crazy. Okay, and then I guess this is the health that you get on the Hex. Okay, that's wild. Oh my god. Okay, cool. We'll try some stuff out with that. Okay, Dragon. So dragons have changed. Here are all the dragons. We already went through them pretty much. Innate requires 2 team slots, so it's going to be Colossus. Dragons provide a +3 to their marked trait, so just how they were already, and gain additional bonus stats based on how many dragons you have on your board. So it works very similar to Colossus. Okay, cool. 1, 500 bonus health. 2, you'll get the bonus armor and magic resist. At 3, you'll get bonus damage. At 4, you'll get plus team size, so you get a fawn. That's wild. I mean, all this stuff will be balanced. 5, and double the previous stats. So you get a double fawn. That's crazy. Okay, all right. Somebody put stuff to try. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm like a boy on, I'm like a little kid on Christmas, All right, anyways. All right, Lagoon. Okay, Lagoon, this is like the water trace. Here we are. We have Malphite. Malphite is going to be Lagoon. Interesting. He's not going to be rock solid. He's going to be some sea stone. Oh, he has like a sea stone skin. All right, anyways. All right, Malphite, Talia, Kaisa, Zac, Seraphine, Zeri, Nilah, Soam. Lagoon units gain ability power and attack speed. A sea stone appears on the board and grants loot as Lagoon units cast abilities over time. Okay, this is gonna be so broken, but I'm still excited. Okay, all right. So yeah, it just scales up ability power and attack speed. Very cool. I can already see this is gonna be so broken at some point. All right, Terra. It just is a unique trait is Monolith. Monoliths create 3 hexes on the battlefield. Units standing in the hex at the start of combat gain 20% damage reduction. Wow, okay, interesting. All right, so this Terra unit is going to be really good utility. So another utility dragon, very cool. Is Idis still in the set? Oh, Idis still is in the set. Nice, they added more utility dragons. Let's fucking go, dude. All right, Prodigy. This is the cool Nomsy thing. The Prodigy gains a random trait each game. She summons a former trainer to aid her in battle who also gains this trait. How cool is that, man? And so it'll summon a Heimerdinger, a Lulu, or a little dude, Tristana. And then so you'll gain the trait that it summons, right? So this trait will be active. Mage, Cannoneer, Evoker. So cool. So cool. I cannot wait to play, dude, I cannot wait to play Nomsy. I'm so happy they brought Nomsy back, but in this cool way. All right, and here are a lot of repeats. And yeah, I'm not going to go through each of the units, but here are all of the repeat traits. We kind of already talked about who fits in these, like Nilah's in a new trait or new unit, but I'm not going to go through Assassin. You know what I mean? We'll just go through the highlighted things. These are all things that are returning. You guys can look through this document on your own if you like. So here are the removed champions. So we'll just briefly go through here. We got Aatrox, Heimerdinger, Tahm Kench, Taric, all fine to be removed. Ashe never really worked out. Jinx had her moment in the sun, so I'm happy she's gone. Kanye never really had his time to shine. Nami was a menace. Glad she's gone. Shin just got replaced with Jax, what I think is like the like more bounceable version of Shin, but I think Shin was a good unit. I like Shin overall. Thresh, so this hooking unit is gone. I wonder if, I don't think they added another hooking unit, so we might not have any hooks in this set. Interesting. Tristana's gone, but she can still be summoned by the dragon, you know, by Nomsy. Anivia's gone. I think a lot of people wanted Anivia to stay, but I'm fine with her being gone. Elise never really had her moment in the sun. Like there was like a 2 to 3 week window where she kind of popped off, but it was a weird unit. Never really worked out, I don't think. Alawi, happy Alawi's gone. Alawi definitely got the shine in the set. Lulu is gone, but still is going to work with Nomsy. Rise was a cool idea, but I don't know. I didn't really like Rise. I'm kind of glad he's gone. Swain is gone. Oh yeah, Swain is just now a big Swain. So Swain's still in the set. Corki, glad Corki's gone. Corki was so dominant. I wouldn't want another set with Corki in it. Just really boring now. Nico definitely had her moment to shine, so glad she's gone. Ornn, one of the best units in the entire set. So congrats to Ornn, into your retirement. Sona is gone. Cool. I felt like Sona never felt like that unique, but I think she got to shine a lot. She never really got her big patch where she had like the carry thing. I mean, just none of the off carries really ever got the carry because the dragons were so oppressive. So, but you know, she was kind of boring. Talon just getting replaced with Nilah. Very cool. I like Talon actually. And then Pyke is getting taken out. So there's a lot less 5 costs. I noticed there was only like 4 5 costs. But we have so many dragons, so that's cool. All right, remove trait Legends. That's right, Legends is getting removed. So what is Volibear now? What is Volibear? What is Volibear? What is this man? Volibear? He's just Shimmer and Dragomancer, so he doesn't have Legend anymore. Interesting. Well, I'm kind of sad Legend's gone, but they had to get rid of it because they removed Ornn and Anivia, and that's like a lore-based trait. So it only works with those 3 units because it's the gods, and they're like all siblings or some shit. All right, Revel's gone. Sounds about right. They got rid of Corki and all that stuff, and Trainer's gone, but it's just replaced with Nomsy. Very cool. All right, and here's some item updates here. So Ragewing Emblem is now Lagoon Emblem because Ragewing Emblem is unbalanceable. It doesn't work on any unit that is not a Rage Wave. If you put Ragewing on any units, you're actively nerfing them. And even the units that can use them okay, you'd rather just have another item on them. So it had to be removed. Yeah, it was unbalanceable. Replaced with Lagoon Emblem, which is going to be much more bounceable. It just gives you ability power and attack speed, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. Now, this is the big thing. Frozen Heart is gone. It's replaced with Fimbulwinter. Finally, Frozen Heart is the most annoying fucking item in the game ever, man. Frozen Heart, awesome. Frozen Heart Diana, very cool. I love playing the game. But this is a really, really unique item. I'm not going to try to speculate on it too much, but let's just read it. So it's going to be armor and mana. So it'll be, yeah, the normal combining components. Grant 15 bonus starting mana. Very cool. So it's actually going to be 45 because it'd be 30 mana plus 15. That's a lot of starting mana. It's like blue buff. Okay, once per combat, at 50% health, allies within 3 hex, so it's an aura item, then 3 hex of gain a 30% maximum health shield. This is not at beginning of combat. This is once you're hurt, so it's not going to work the same way as Lock It. So it works later on in the fight. That lasts up to 3 seconds, only 3 seconds. Shielded allies gain 20 AD and ability power for the rest of the combat. So this is going to be something that's going to be so good to put on your backline. Because if your backline's taking damage, it's likely that they're getting, it's likely that they have people in front of them now, or they're taking like splash damage from across the board. But it's going to give them damage, but also it's going to protect them with shield. Very cool item. I'm going to be dude, I'm so excited to try this in the early game and the late game. It's going to be a very interesting item. All right. And then a little mini rework to Spear of Sojin. So it'll do the same stuff it already did, but, one thing that's interesting here is it grants 30 bonus ability power, and attacks restore 5 additional mana. So it's going to actually make your ability power stronger, but the mana gain is a little bit less. I believe the old mana gain is 8, so it'll be a little bit less. This is really interesting. So this is going to make this almost not like strictly an AP item, but like a lot of times in the past, like sometimes you could tech building a Spear of Sojin on an AD unit. Like, in the past, like someone like Aphelios in set 5 who has like huge mana pool. Sometimes you make him like Caster Aphelios. So I'm kind of sad that they're doing this, but like I'm just gonna trust that the devs know what they're doing with this part, because I just haven't played enough with this new set to know how good this item's gonna work, and I'd like to hear their explanation before I try to speculate too much. But anyways, guys, that's the whole thing. What are you guys most excited about? I'm most excited about this Fimbulwinter item, and I'm excited about all the new dragons. It seems like they made dragons there's a lot more utility dragons. There's just a lot of dragons, so it seems like maybe we'll have a game where dragons are still going to dominate the game, but it feels a little bit different because you can actually have multiple dragons on all your board. And they added more utility dragons like Terra. They have Terra, Idis, and then Zippy seems kind of like utility as well. Like there's a lot of CC build. I'm not sure. We'll have to go through these a little bit more, but yeah, I'm really excited, guys. I'm just giddy. I just want to play. I'm not going to try to speculate too much on like, oh, they should have done this, they should have done that. No, I'm not going to try to speculate too much. Let's play some games. I won't form an opinion until I play 2 weeks of PvE, and then I play about at least 100 games on live, and then we'll form an opinion. But I'm just really excited. Hope you guys are excited. But anyways, that's it for the video. If you guys want more, if you like the video, please like the video. It helps me out a lot on YouTube. Please comment below with what you're most excited about. I'd love to see what you guys are excited about. Oh, Pantheon's going to be cool too. Pantheon. Oh, Jayce is too cool. Anyways, appreciate you guys. If you want more of me, I stream at twitch.tv/tradingtft about 5 days a week. I stream on weekdays is what it is. And I post pretty much every day on twitter.com/tradingtft, so you guys can catch me there if you'd like. But other than that, I just hope you guys have a fantastic day, fantastic night, wherever you are. I just hope you're doing well. See ya. Bye.